Have you ever imagined to live only 24 hours for yourself and not for others? Just be your true self and live the life the way you want? Is it scary? Is it? Do you feel a sense of anxiety? Feeling powerless? A strange feeling and maybe a sense of deterrence? Close your eyes and let's imagine that we are living in a place where only love is flowing. Light is flowing. Colour is flowing. Peace and humanity are flowing. Beauty is flowing. Let's imagine we are living in a part of the world where we all have equal rights and are transparent enough to see each other's hearts and souls. A familiar voice, which is our inner voice, tells us to live 24 hours for yourself. Perhaps the first thing you can think of, and it prevents you to doing it, is the sense of fear of being judged, and this will preclude you to start living true to yourself. You get a heartbeat and you start to say it is impossible. I can't do it. You don't even try to think. Because the easiest thing to do, and you'd be absolutely right, the easiest thing to do, escape. And now let's imagine that you are standing on a beautiful and green hill. And as far as your eyes can see, you are surrounded by tall and beautiful mountains. How does it feel to see all these tall mountains and greatness? A sense of security, freedom and independence, encouragement and excitement? It's like those mountains act like your strong thoughts that surround you and tell you. No one sees you. No one judges you. No one is here to look at you. Now imagine the opposite. You are standing right in the middle of a crowded place. For example, on a busy sidewalk, and people are passing by you. In the middle of a train. In the middle of a park. In the middle of a club. In a queue at a busy bank, or any other crowded places. What makes you afraid of being your true self? A crowded environment? A lack of confidence in front of others? A fear of being judged by others? None. It's none of them. The only major obstacle here is you are not familiar with the subconscious mind. And because of that, you are not allowing your subconscious mind to show you how you can be your true self, free and real. You are not present on the top of that hill or in those crowded places at this moment. You have just imagined yourself standing on top of that hill for a few moments and then visualized yourself in those crowded places. Perhaps watching the images and also my voice helped you to a greater sense of embodiment. Someone wants to ask you a question.
Why was it so much easier to imagine that in a place like top of the hill, you could be your true self? Was hard in busy places? It is not a sense of fear that doesn't let you be yourself. It is a feeling of insecurity that makes your subconsciousness paralyzed.
Our subconscious mind has a huge impact on our imagination. And this is a subject we all have to work on as we become fully aware of our subconscious mind. And then time and places won't matter any longer. It won't matter if you stand on top of a hill by yourself, in a busy place, or surrounded by crowds. Let's imagine again to live only 24 hours for ourselves. What is the first thing you do? Where is the first place you go? Who is the first person you'd love to see at the beginning of that 24 hours? How would you describe your feelings? After watching this clip, close your eyes and think about it. Practice it. Powerfully tell yourself, I want to be my true self for 24 hours. She wants to see those she loves. He wants to see himself the way he loves, without fear and restrictions. The way he is naked, if he is white, black, or yellow. A baby, a teenager, a young or an old person. We are born in one day. We die in one day. The pleasure of being yourself is infinitely pure and a beautiful pleasure, which in many cases our parents or adults do not teach us properly when we are very young, because they also don't know how to be their true self. Maybe the number of people who tell us to be ourselves, trust ourselves, you can, you are capable, you are everything are too few. Or maybe they don't exist at all. Country, city, village, home, street, in the car, school. No matter where you are right now, it is important to start practicing being your true self. Imagine your integrity, honesty, and strong sense of self can become an iron wall which cares for our soul and body.
Let people see you and judge you. Judging is the daily habit of all the people in the world. When you're no longer afraid of yourself, you become so strong, you become so strong, you become so strong that no one can take it away from you. You become so strong that your subconscious becomes your conscious mind.
Let's imagine there is no war in the world within that imaginary 24 hours. There is no hungry or poor creatures living in the world. No country is the enemy of another, and no killer lives on this planet to shed human or animal blood. No human judges another human because of their gender or sexual orientation. There are no hospitals because there are no patients. And in the end, there is only one judge, and that is Mother Earth. All children in the world, regardless of their denomination, religion, or race, feel happy every day, dancing around and running towards the lights. Now, let's imagine that the whole world is so colourful. We walk or run in the light for 24 hours. We laugh out loud. We are so lightweight that we can fly freely like birds, wherever we want. Let's imagine that 24 hours is like living on a beautiful postcard, when we are truly and fully satisfied by being our true selves.
Experience those beautiful thoughts, relaxing scenes, well-being and happiness.
Post that postcard to someone who deserves that 24-hour experience.
Help people to be themselves and ask them to help us be ourselves.
Let's imagine every day and nurture a man's subconscious to see and feel the beauty.
And to remind us that life is not just that 24 imaginary hours.
But we can increase the number of hours. We just need to close our eyes and start to imagine.
How are you doing right now? How do you feel about the things you have heard so far? What are you thinking right now? Does your subconscious smile at you? Do you feel scared? Does it give you a sense of confidence or anxiety or other feelings? Are you confused with what you have heard so far? Are you happy or sad? It really doesn't matter right now. The most important thing is that I've caught your attention for just a few minutes. You've practiced the idea of living life the way that you want and being yourself for 24 hours without even knowing it. Now you are familiar with the game of becoming your true self. Now, with the knowledge you have of this beautiful game, let's do it again. Close your eyes and begin to imagine to live only 24 hours for yourself and no one else.